Yuki-Onna, the Snow Woman. A man once lived a peaceful life with his wife and children. He loved his family. He trusted his wife completely. But there was one secret he had carried for many years, a secret he had never told anyone. When he was young, he became trapped in a terrible snowstorm deep in the mountains. Beside him was an older woodcutter. The wind howled through the trees. Snow covered the path. Before long, the two men lost their way. Just as night began to fall, they found a small mountain hut and took shelter inside. That night, the young woodcutter woke suddenly. The room had become unbearably cold. A strange silence filled the air. Then he saw her. A woman dressed in pure white stood at the doorway. Her skin was pale as snow. Her long black hair moved gently in the freezing wind. She was beautiful and terrifying. The woman approached the older woodcutter. Without a word, she leaned forward and breathed upon him. A thin layer of frost spread across his face. Within moments, he was dead. The young woodcutter could not move. Fear held him frozen in place. Slowly, the woman turned toward him. Their eyes met. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then she said, "You are still young. I will spare your life. But if you ever tell anyone what happened here tonight, I will find you." The next moment, she vanished into the storm. Years passed. The young woodcutter kept his promise. He never spoke of the woman in white. Eventually, he met a beautiful young woman. Her name was Oyuki. She was kind and gentle. The two fell in love. They married and built a happy life together. In time, they were blessed with children. For many years, they lived in peace. Then, one winter evening, everything changed. As snow fell quietly outside, the woodcutter found himself remembering that distant night. Without thinking, he began telling his wife the story. The storm, the mountain hut, the woman in white, and the promise he had made. As he spoke, his wife's expression slowly changed. The warmth left her face. The room fell silent. Then she stood and quietly said, "The woman you saw that night was me." The woodcutter felt the blood drain from his face. His wife was the Snow Woman. The promise had been broken. For a moment, he thought his life was over. Then the Snow Woman looked toward their sleeping children. Her expression softened. "You broke your promise," she said. "By all rights, I should take your life. But for the sake of our children, I will forgive you." As she spoke, her form began to fade like falling snow. Moments later, she disappeared into the winter darkness, and she was never seen again. Was Yuki-Onna a monster? Perhaps. But that is not why people remember her. She was feared. She was loved. And in the end, she chose mercy over revenge. That is why the tale of the Snow Woman has survived for centuries in Japanese folklore.